The Dallas Cowboys have had one of the most interesting free agent periods that I've seen in a while, and they prioritize getting guys with young potential. I mean, you talk about the amount of first-round talent that they added to this football team with Kenneth Murray, with Kaiir Elam, with Peyton Turner, right? So many guys that bring you high-end potential. They also added a quarterback in Joe Milton. Now, I really love this addition here. You can see toughness, athleticism, and pure arm strength as a quarterback. When you talk about potential, Joe Milton might have the highest as a backup quarterback in the NFL right now. So again, on this play, we're going to get this bootleg out to the left, full slide, play action to the right. Again, motioning this line in this direction, faking that handoff, bootlegging to this side of the field. We're going to get a crosser over the middle of the field, and watch this play. Whenever you're on a bootleg out to the left, you're pretty much essentially cutting your field into a third. Now, as we roll out, we know we're about to get absolutely hammered by this defensive end, right? And as we do, the ball is still perfectly placed in a great spot for his wide receiver, Demario Douglas, to come down with it. Joe Milton is a guy who has all the arm strength, all the athleticism, all of the potential in the world at the quarterback position, and now he gets to learn from Dak Prescott. I know a lot of Cowboys fans don't really love Dak, but man, I mean, I just think he's a perfect mentor for Joe Milton, and man, if they get this dude's true potential, I can't even imagine how good they could be. Now, one more play just to show you guys the pure athleticism, because I do want to talk about the defensive additions that they made, but the pure athleticism of Joe Milton as he drops back in the pocket here. We're going to get instant pressure from the inside. He's going to roll out to the right. Again, whenever you're on a bootleg or whenever you're rolling outside the pocket, you're essentially cutting your field into a third, with that middle kind of being that gray area where you can still make that throw, but it's very, very risky, right? You have to have some really good arm strength to make sure that ball doesn't get intercepted. So as he gets out the pocket, he gets outside of that defender, right? He has plenty of space to run this football if he really wants to pick up maybe a yard or 2 yards, maybe get that first down, but he sees this safety start to bite down. Once he bites down, he says, I have the arm strength to get that ball, fit it into this window, and look at this, on the run, sidearm, dot. And there goes a touchdown, middle of the field for Kayshon Boutte. Unbelievable. Now, the Cowboys have been extremely smart, and I know a lot of you guys might disagree. They've been genius when it comes to this offseason, signing a bunch of guys with high potential to one-year deals. Low risk, high reward potential. Let's break down some of the best moves they've made. Now, before we jump into it, do me a favor, guys, and comment down below who is your favorite signing of free agency and who is your least favorite signing of free agency. Also, hit the like button if you want more Cowboys videos, and let's kind of dive in. First guy I have on my list that I love, Jack Sanborn. Now, this guy screams potential, 25 years old, 6'2", 234 pounds. This guy adds speed, a really good pass rusher at the linebacker position, usually is a strong side backer, but can kind of play either which side here. Look at this play, right? Looks like he's going to be in maybe a hook curl, maybe even a flat zone coverage, but he's going to disguise it well and blitz into that B gap. Actually, might be the C gap. We'll see how this tackle works. So yeah, we're going to attack that B gap. We're going to disguise it perfectly. We're basically hiding behind the offensive lineman, and then boom, get in there for the sack. Great job by Jack Sanborn. You can tell he's got a really good combination of size, speed, quickness, and the ability to make plays, man. And we're going to see that throughout some more film. Let's break down the next one. All right, another big time play here. Now he's playing that weak side, right? So very versatile, can switch sides whenever he really needs to. Look at this play. So they're going to try to pull this guard out to the other side, but you don't recognize how quick Jack Sanborn is and how elusive he is getting off that bend. Goes right by the blocker, and then boom, right in the backfield for a stop. Loses about a yard or two, and that's Josh Jacobs. That's a really good running back, and they ran the ball well this season, the Packers did. But Jack Sanborn is a guy that ranked about 93rd among 189 linebackers, so on the outside looking in, doesn't seem amazing. But again, this is a guy with pure potential. Ranked 61 out of 189 in terms of run defense with a grade of 70.5, which is in the green. It's very, very good for the most part. Had a pass rush grade of 70.1, ranked 33rd among 189 linebackers when it came to getting to the quarterback, but does need to improve a ton in terms of pass coverage. Now, one of my favorite signings of this offseason was Dante Fowler, at least for the Cowboys situation. They were already one of the best teams in football when it came to getting pressure on a quarterback, and now adding Dante Fowler alongside a guy like Micah Parsons might be absolutely glitchy. I just don't know how teams are going to be able to stop it. Now, Dante Fowler last season had 11 total sacks according to PFF, and they also do count half a sack as a full sack just because he got to the quarterback, so that's how PFF grades it. But the Dallas Cowboys are a team that wanted to get more pass rush pressure, right? More pressure on the quarterback, and that's what you do here with Dante Fowler. Look at this play here, top side of your screen. He's going to bulldoze through this right tackle, right? Just pure power. He's also very good schematically getting to the quarterback, and we'll break down that in a minute as well. But this is another signing I absolutely love. Now, before we break down even more film on Dante Fowler, we'll look a little bit more into Kenneth Murray as well. Do me a favor, hit the like button if you want more Cowboys content, but more importantly, comment down below P2 if you guys not only enjoy the video, but want more going forward and want that part 2 to come out ASAP. We could drop a more in-depth breakdown on Kaiir Elam and Peyton Turner and more Kenneth Murray if you guys want to see it. Lastly, make sure you guys subscribe. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into some more film. Now, you're going to notice when you look at Dante Fowler's PFF grade, which I'll put on the screen right now, you're going to see he ranked 69th in the NFL when it came to pass rush grade, which obviously isn't the best in the world. And you guys are probably wondering how. He had 44 pressures. He had 11 sacks. I mean, the man was an absolute menace when it came to getting to the quarterback. That just doesn't make sense. Well, we talked about it earlier. He's more of a schematic pass rusher, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to shift this defensive line to this right side. We're going to reach the point of attack, and then we're going to break through the opposing A-gap, right? So this is what I mean when I say you're schematically, a good schematic pass rusher. So again, reach the point of attack, make contact. Our defensive linemen are going to shift in this direction, right? Taking a bunch of space, and we're going to bend back around the edge. And this is what he's really good at. So again, who cares if you don't have a good pass rush grade in one-on-ones? The dude can get to the quarterback in schematic ways. And now that you have him and Micah Parsons on that defensive line with Mazi Smith and Osa Udigizua, man, you all also add Solomon Thomas and Peyton Turner, Marshawn Nealon, Sam Williams. Guys, people don't understand how smart this is, because yeah, he might not be a generational one-on-one young pass rusher, but what he adds is depth. What he adds is competition. Look at what the Philadelphia Eagles just did this past season. They won in terms of adding so much depth along that defensive line, rotating guys in, and getting pressure on the quarterback. Dante Fowler does that. And honestly, guys, when I take a look at what they've added, Robert Jones, a potential starter at the offensive line position, Joe Milton, a good backup quarterback, definitely better than Trey Lance, and still on his rookie deal, that is huge, right? You add Javonte Williams, who I don't love, but he adds a bridge to your next running back, whether it be someone they draft this year, and Miles Sanders. Now you have 2, potential 3 running backs to lean on for next season while developing a rookie if they want to go that way. More wide receiver depth with Paris Campbell, another guy that was highly touted coming out of college. I think he's got potential. He's getting up there in age, so he probably won't play too much. They still are going to look to add probably another alpha in the NFL draft. But then defensively is where things get exciting, at least for me. Dante Fowler is a big-time upgrade to this defensive line, just getting pressure on the quarterback, right? You add Solomon Thomas, another guy that adds depth and adds competitive energy in training camp, and guy that can rotate in on day one and give you some sort of presence. Peyton Turner, all the potential in the world to be a good pass rusher, and he has showed that in the past. He needs to continue to develop, but again, low risk, high reward potential. Jack Sanborn, young, right? Needs to be better in pass coverage, but this dude has stud all over him. He just needs to keep developing. Kenneth Murray, another young, highly touted linebacker coming out of college. This dude could be an absolute unit with the right development. Kaiir Elam, another first-round pick. Buffalo Bills thought they had one in Kaiir Elam. He struggled a lot, right? Wasn't great. Needs to be better. But another guy that if he does hit, you're just adding another first-round pick to this team. Andrew Booth, I know he didn't come in from this last season, but again, another guy with potential. They need to get potential out of these guys. They need to hire the right coaches, and they need to learn how to develop, because if they do, they have a bunch of guys that were dogs in college and know how to play the game the right way. They just need to get better and better, and if they do, this team could be really good. So I do like what they've done. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. I can break down more film of Kyer Elam and Peyton Turner and Kenneth Murray, maybe Solomon Thomas or the running backs. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.